Keeps me thinking things about us together. It wasn't easy to ignore what I feel about you when you're my own best friend. Would you tell me, am I getting too close? Cause I can't guess what you were saying.
Did someone say credit card events?
Scopely would never. Big S would never design an event just for you to buy a Prime. I really wouldn't though. I did, I promise. You can easily complete this event by just spending $100. You don't have to spend $100, but if you want to complete the event really easily, just spend $100. But you don't have to, but if you do, you'll win.
Knowing how much you care about me keeps me living questions if you feel the same. It wasn't easy to act like
Hey everybody! How y'all doing? Hey! It's Rev! Well, I assume you know who I am if you're in my stream. Welcome in everybody. How y'all doing on this beautiful Wednesday? It's a pretty day. It's a pretty day. Big S is scarier than DJ's reveal. Rip. Damn. Prepare for war. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Who's going to war? Oh no. What? Am I in trouble? What did I do? What did Rev do wrong? I mean, it wouldn't be the first time. I get told to do stuff wrong all the time. What did I do? Waiting for the day we have to buy a Prime to buy a Prime to buy a Prime. Lord Asp, jokes aside, that's already here. Did you forget that there's a 5-layer Prime? Like they thought this was Subway or burrito or some type of food analogy. There's a 5-layer Prime. Like you got to buy one, and then the second part, and the third is a literal $500 Prime. In fact, actually, I want to go take a look at it because there's people who forgot that that exists. It still exists. And by its very nature, I hate it. Like, I'm not even saying that it's not very effective because those who've invested in it do talk about how it has helped them. It's not about that. It's about that it's a $500 Prime. I can't get past it. I just can't. I get stuck on it. So, yeah, I'm going to show it to you just to remind y'all of what I'm talking about. And again, game's allowed to make their money. I'm not griping up make your money, but scroll over to where have they shoved it in? I do love the new buckets. I got to remember where all of them are at now. Is it station and building maybe? Let's see. Where have they hidden this thing at? I got to go hunt it down. Special ship upgrades? Is that where it's at, Graduated? Let's see. Where are they at? No, not here. I'm looking for the Prime tributes. Look for the Prime tributes. Where did they shove the tribute packs? Research bucket? That would make sense. Right. Aha! We have found them. Okay. So Prime Federation, Prime Ramen, and Prime Klingon tribute. These are 5-layer primes, as in there are 5 levels. So like you buy one, you start off at level 1, and then you buy 2, and then you go to level 2, and there's 5 levels. It's a literal $500 Prime. Now the 5th level you can't buy until level 50 something, I think. But yeah, these these are each $500 to complete the Prime. So like I have sat here and gone, yeah, Scopely, they need to make their money. I get it. But a $500 Prime and I'll go, wow, a little crazy. Why not say level 4 on top of them? So there are 5 layers, and depending on your level, that will be the level of rewards you're getting inside of them. However, level 4 won't buy all 4 levels previously. It just means that you're getting better rewards inside of this. You're getting level 4 level rewards because you can go up 4 levels, but you still need to buy all 4 levels. So again, make your money. My job is to educate. And look, in terms of what those do, they do increase the amount of faction, grinding and stuff that you, in terms of like the amount of materials and stuff you're getting, it does get better. So If y'all want to buy that, more power to you. I have 3 children to feed, and $500 barely feeds them. So I'm not going to do that. But there are other great things that we can pay attention to. And if people want to buy those primes, more than welcome, because I'm going to sit my happy little tail. Send your money to Rev is a better value. Thank you, Doug. I agree with that. And if you'd like to do that, donate. But I'm going to do my freebooters. I forgot to make myself smaller after I got dramatic. Bloop. That's a little too small. Bloop. But yeah. Oh man. I don't know how to say this name. I'm going to butcher it, but I want to answer this question. All right. Sigwine, maybe? Will you be putting up an updated closed captioning video for camping in the mid game? I'm debating to push to 42 or stop at 39 to rest. Thanks for what you do and for captioning your videos. So I do have it set up to where YouTube will close caption my videos. I think it's 2 different languages it's set to. It's also one of the reasons that I try to articulate as clearly as I can, and I try not to let the accent be too overwhelming. Hold on one sec. Sorry for the coughing, y'all. All the kids are sick, and if you have children, you know that they're little petri dishes that are trying to kill you. Short answer, we will talk about camping today. It depends on a few different factors. One, how much do you spend, or do you spend it all? Spending does play into whether you can or should be camping. And then 2, milestones you've set up. So camping is not about, we talked about this before, it's not about spending a certain amount of time at a place. For me, camping at 39 is still a very viable thing to do. It's something I would recommend for most players, but there are advantages to the 40s as well. So really what I end up doing is say, hey, everybody is more than welcome. And for those that hit me up, sometimes it takes me a day, 2 days. Sometimes I answer like within 30 seconds. I try to go through every single message I get, every single one of them. Every single message I want to answer because I care about all of my players, all of you. If you're in this chat and you think Rev doesn't care about you, you're wrong. Unless you're Big S. I don't care about him. So let's talk about your account individually when we can, but I do think that camping still is a very viable strat. It just depends on where you're at. Also, shout out to Doug real quick because Doug did donate $20 to the Fix the Foundation Fund, and I greatly appreciate that, Doug. Thank you. Can you give a quick breakdown of the Defiant ship ability? The description isn't clean on how and when the bonuses work. Sure. I mean, we can do that. The beard's coming in. Thank you. I spent extra time cleaning it today and did a lot of deep tissue scrub to make sure you get all those dead skin cells out and everything. But real quick, let's take a look at the ability. So, not the cloak. Where's... All right, so... Oh, man. You gotta be very careful. All right, reinforced ships greatly reinforces other ships. Burst armadas based on their Defiant research. This is when you use the ability. With that little sting ability it has, but it's not a sting. It's kind of like a Cerritos buff. Then you have the Edict. So anytime that the Defiant is fighting a Dominion Solar Armada, it greatly increases the Edict payout. Defiant weaponry and Bajoran currency are both favors that as you tier up the Defiant gets those researches upgraded. So it has 4 different layers. 2 of them are favors that you find in the Bajoran research store. One of them is the Defiant's natural ability to increase resources for Dominion solos. And the first one is how it works by stinging or boosting your ship. So, did that get you? Did I get it all? Nailed it! Oh, so freaking good! Yeah! That we did it. I used the logic. Can I finish my dailies? And I do have the jellyfish before I left ops or not. Antoine, I'm not sure the question. And good morning, Godfather Triple. Good to see you. My boyfriend says beard maintenance is key. It's very true, Dragonfly. There's a very few things in this world that are grosser than a beard that is unkept and ungroomed. If you're one of those that you just grow it out and you never touch it, you're disgusting. But if you're over here, you know, scrubbing it, getting those skin cells out, you're putting your wax in or your oil in, making it soft and smooth and yummy, and you're constantly trimming it up, then beards are amazing. Like, they are just this beautiful essence. of what a man can be. But if you don't take care of your beard, you're gross, and I don't want to be around you. So was the Defiant meant to kill Jem'Hadar hostiles? The Defiant can kill Jem'Hadar hostiles, but doesn't really get a huge bonus doing it. It's mainly the Bajoran solos. But I will say, I can go out and grind with my Defiant, no problemo. My Defiant can go grind pretty well. I mean, I've got it tier 6, almost tier 7. I crew it out, and I can go take on just about anything I need to take on in terms of hostile grinding. So it works very well. It's not a one-trick pony. It has layers to its effectiveness. At the same time, it's not going to be the best ship in your fleet, but it's a very viable ship in your fleet. It is a little bit slow to upgrade, but again, this kind of depends on like your path. This is also one of the reasons I like playing a little bit slower pace. I really do. I slow it down just a smidge, and I really enjoy the game. And how slow am I really getting? Because I'm level 46 now, so I'm not like moving ungodly slow, but I like to just, keep the pace going, but not rush and enjoy the moment. Benjamin says it's nice not to have to do swarm dailies anymore. Same. Only times I do swarms are on Sunday. Only times I do swarms are on Sunday. That's it. How well does the Defiant work for PvP versus the Kelvin? Well, that depends entirely on the tier of the Defiant, but the Defiant is a very viable PvP ship. The reason being is if you go to the weapons and you look at the min-max, the min-max for these weapons is pretty stout. Whereas compared to a Franklin's min-max is stupid low because it relies on a big bonus to be effective. So let's go click on this one. See how low this is? And this is a tier 7 Defiant. And that was this is a tier 7 Franklin A. That was a tier 7 Defiant. So the Defiant is a viable ship. The one negative I have to say about the Defiant is what I've kind of said from the beginning. The Defiant doesn't feel like the Defiant from the show. And I guess that's okay, but it is not like an all-dominating little intercepting escort warship. It's not the best ship in your fleet, but it is still a very good, viable ship in your fleet. And nice, Bears. I'm glad your mug's coming in. I'm still drinking from my pink solo cup. Tony says the Defiant isn't the end-all, be-all, but it's a great add to your fleet, solos, grinders, or even PvP. Agreed. It's it's not going to take over for my Parabellum in PvP, right? But if I'm getting into like a lot of PvP fights and I'm overwhelmed by how strong they are, maybe instead I use my Defiant to have a cheaper repair bill than my 105 million repair bill for my big boy right now. And I just use it and I still have an effective warship. Sorry, I can't even get out there, can I? Can't. I'd have to take out my Parabellum. But my Parabellum's busy. I like it more than the Kelvin because the Defiant does have a cloak. This is true. And, I forgot. I already did my freebooters last night. Rip. Forgot about that. Let's recall. I mean, it doesn't matter. No big deal. I did that last night. Hey, BG. I guess it could be a Parabellum gapper if you wanted to dump a ton of cash into it. I don't even think you need to dump a ton of cash into your Defiant. It's all about the amount of time it takes you to go somewhere, right? It's all about the amount of time it takes to get somewhere. I understand why people are going to want to try to speed up the process, but I love taking the game a little slower. Like, I guess, how would you value how quickly you level up, right? How many packs did you buy for your Defiant upgrades? One. And that's why I'm at where I'm at right now. 1 pack. So I haven't gone and invested like $400 or $500 into it. And some people have, and that's okay. We're not here to income shame. But I've got 1 upgrade pack, and that was when it was tier 1. So it was the low end upgrade pack. And then since then, it's all been just pulling a blade of armor and plasma every single day. And I'm 1 part away from tier 7. And I am, looks like actually tomorrow, I will have enough to get my class 7 warp drive, which will then get me warp 170 here and tear it up. And I actually could have gone and done that epic armada with the Defiant. So yeah, tomorrow looks like I'll have a tier 7 Defiant. and she's a viable ship. I mean, if I don't know if Barfin is on. Barfin's one that we were doing some tests with earlier. I don't know if they're on right now, but if they are, I can get them to bring out their Kelvin. You can see that it's an effective warship. It's not the most amazing ship in your fleet, but it's effective. So, I'm surprised Scopely launched anything with free in it. Nice. I have a Max Enterprise and Tier 8 Auger. Is it worth taking the Auger to Max? So, I have a Max Enterprise and a Tier 8 Auger. I would personally say no. I would rather you invest that material into research and stuff like that. Again, this is kind of like a personal opinion though. What is your third ship? And the reason I ask that is for solo armada. You know, what's your third ship that you're using? You know, I think it's better now to have 3 well-rounded ships than go for 1 or 2 big ships, which was the strategy for a long time. We went for 1 really monster ship and a good second one, and now it's usually better to have 3 well-rounded ships because of all the armadas that we have right now. Is my Vidar Tier 9? Yeah, I have a Max Vidar. Getting your Burrell soon? Oh, very nice. Burrell's a good boat. One warning about the Burrell. Remember that it does take the same uncommon materials that the Enterprise does. The Enterprise to max out, I'm not counting research. The Enterprise to max out will run you a very, very hefty 50,000 uncommon gas. The Burrell is going to be about 20,000. Now, with all the research at that level, you can knock that down, about 30%, 40%? I'd have to go back and math it out. It's been a while. But if you plan on getting the Enterprise, maybe don't max out the Burrell. Take it Tier 6, Tier 7 at the most. And then start investing in the Enterprise. But I think it's a great third ship to have, especially with solos. It's a very strong PvP ship. Obviously, I like that it has cloaking because it's a Klingon ship and it matches thematically with Star Trek. So I'm a big fan of that. So all that I like, you know, all that I like. It's a big positive for me. Also gave you another shout out real quick. Virtual Army, shout out server 135, sending in some love to help with the home repair. I really appreciate you, Virtual. I'm gonna put you up here in my little notes. I keep track of everybody who donates because it's a big thank you to everybody who does. So thank you. It's now been added to the list. I appreciate it. How high would you take the Corvus? Ooh, tricky, man. Uncommons. There's a lot of value in uncommons. The answer really needs to come down to how quickly do you plan on going to 56, 58, and not to get like, oh damn, we lost. Did nobody come, or did we get sniped? Only 3 people. Yikes. But for me, it really comes down to how long you're going to be there, and 2, also what's your competition. Do you do a lot of PvP and stuff? If you're mostly PvE grinding, and I talked about this in my pylon video, for me, your faction ship goals should be minimum tier 5 for every faction ship that you make. Is basically tier 5. If it's mostly your primary ship, tier 5. This is for any faction ship. This thought process, this paradigm scales. Best prime I've ever seen is the 100% Charisma Prime t-shirt. We'll talk about that in a second. I made that as a joke. I don't really expect people to buy it. All right, so here's the logic why. Tier 5 is your minimum for your predominant ship. Tier 5 means that you've got 3 officer slots. You're going to be decent in armadas. You're going to be decent in PvP, and you'll easily do any grinding that you have to do with the inappropriate faction ship at Tier 5. Tier 7 means that you're now going to punch up at least 2 punch-up armadas. So like if you're level 46 or 44, you're probably doing level 50 armadas. So big punch up there. And then Tier 9 is where you take it if you're trying to be a dominant PvP player, but you're not going for a heavy PvP ship in the next rung. So what I mean by that is my pylon, Tier 9 probably, but if I got a Tribune, I would only take my Tribune to maybe Tier 5 or Tier 7. Tier 9 is to be on a primary ship that is going to last you 10 or so levels and will be your primary PvP ship. Tier 7 is kind of like a good PvP ship, great armada boat, amazing PvE boat. And Tier 5 is kind of like that basic standard of it's effective at everything, but it's not going to dominate the field. And almost nobody maxes out a G4 or G5 ship because the just ridiculous cost. So Hollow is a good way of describing it too. Tier 7 is on a ship that you don't plan on replacing with anything. Like my Pylum is not going to be replaced anytime soon in any of the 3 major categories, right? At tier 5, it would be. My Valdor was tier 5, and now it is immediately replaced by the Pylum in every category, but it's still a very valuable bird for me. And then my Katinga, I kept at tier 3 because it was a secondary one, and I needed all the ore for upgrading my buildings, but I'll probably end up taking the Katinga to tier 5, and then I'll have 3 tier 5 ships, and then I'll really start investing in that Pylum up to tier 7. But anyway, that's how I look at it. And that's all part of kind of like my personal camping process is tiers of the ship based on how effective they can be. The reason tier 7 is also a pretty big deal is it's another officer slot, which means another below decker officer ability or more stat stacking. So even though this cost is going to be really high to get the Pylum there, I want to get another officer slot, which is where Uhura would be right now. Make sense? That's how I see it. Virtual says, I'm Ops 53 and the Pylum is still incredibly valuable for hostile grinding. It is. And this is one of the things I tried to harp on in my video. The Empire Tax. All the rare 46s have this. Are fantastic for rep grinding. Really, really helps out. Really helps out your game. And that improves as you tier up the boat as well. The 46s in terms of like dollar to value are still one of the best things in the game. The 53 uncommons also very valuable. And yes, I would count the Defiant as a viable third ship. In fact, I go a step further. The Defiant and technically the Talios, because the Talios is also, my Talios is a little bit slower because I'm not doing Borg every day. I know, dirty sinner that I am. I'm not doing Borg every day. But let me bring out the Talios. The Talios, remember I just talked about the weapons of the Defiant, why it's still good. Talios is the same way. The Talios is a very viable ship for general use. OPC hunting, PvP, etc., just like the Defiant is. You're really at a stage in the game now where if you invest in the Talios and the Defiant, you don't need a D4 or a Kelvin. You don't. You have 2 very viable interceptors here. You don't need them anymore. Now you can get them just for the sake of having them, or you can decide, hey, I'm going to be, I love interceptors, but you don't need them anymore like you once did. Like having a D4 was a great PvP ship back in the day, and it still technically is. I don't need it anymore. Defiant and Talios have replaced that. And there you go. There's some of your logic. I need to speed this up real quick because I'd love to put my get in there. Charles, who that, buddy? Don't really see you over here very much. How you doing, boss? We do need to replace and rebuild the DTs for sure, boss. For sure. Let me get my Pylum out. There we go. And ooh, Lidstrom. What y'all doing over there? All right, let's start participating. And then over here, I'm gonna swap these out. And damn, I really need 5. 5 of 11 would really, really help me for this grind, but 5 of 11 is currently busy. So let's go do Parabellum. And what I'll do for Parabellum, I have way too many ships. So I'm actually just going to go grind traders and stuff. Be Devil's Advocate, purely to spark conversation debate. What's the point of Parabellum? Seems like a frustrating resource sink hitting 49s. Like, I realize you're playing Devil's Advocate, but I struggle to figure out how this is a Devil's Advocate conversation. Because Parabellum pays out very nice ship parts, good uncommons, and Latinum. I'll be honest, I can't see a negative about Parabellum. Like, Parabellum is one of the most amazing things you get as you level up. I can't think of a negative. The Latinum infusion, I'm finally going to be back above 100,000 Latinum after today. Fantastic. For me in the 40s, the big thing is the ship parts. It might not seem like a lot, but I'll take any ship parts I can get. And damn it, I did not mean to send the freaking Katinga. I don't have it. I can't really pull out negatives. Like, there's no way for me to play Devil's Advocate for the negative. Parabellum's amazing. Parabellum's amazing. I mean, I wish it was more. Like everybody else, I wish it happened more. Parabellum's one of those events that when the calendar comes out, I basically circle that. Like, we're doing Parabellum. It is so important for your gameplay. Queen says, as a level 26, should I work on the Vidar or save resources for the Saladin? Queen, my recommendation be the Vidar. It's one of the most important ships in the game. And yes, it's a very valuable ship on its own in terms of just fighting hostiles, players, etc. But more importantly than that, the Vidar is your gateway to faction credits at a heightened rate. And then eventually, it's the gateway to the Talios at level 35. 100% the Vidar. It is far more important long term. The Saladin is a better PvP ship, but it is not better value to your game. Good to have both, but Vidar is my go-to. I mean, that is arguably the most important ship in the 20s because it's one of the only daggum specialty ships that isn't level locked. You could be level 25 and max it out. Doesn't happen very often, but you could. So it is ridiculously important. Can a max enterprise beat a tier 3 Kelvin? Oh yeah, all day long. Hell, I'll eat those baby Kelvins for breakfast. Yeah, you don't even need to run you legitimately don't need to run the strike team crew to beat a tier 3 Kelvin. You could run a generic enterprise crew like TOS Uhura, TOS Kirk, Honor Guard Worf, and you will wipe tier 3 Kelvins off the map. So what happens if I max my Vidar? I don't understand the question, Mark. I mean, I don't understand the question. Garage McKay says the Parabellum's only issue is that it's not run frequently enough. I have had to fight so hard to get the 2-to-1 ratio of Jelly Brawl and Parabellum. Every now and then they'll do the Parabellum one twice. But there was a time where they would even skip Parabellum sometimes, like not running it a month. And I was very vocal about making sure that that continued, and I'm just happy that it's here. Will a tier 6/7 Burrell take me to early deep space? I mean, you could technically do that. Not easily, but yeah. If you had tier 6, you don't have enough warp range. So you would then need to use like the combination of TOS Scotty and then Cadet Scotty and stuff. But it could be done. Tier 7, the warp range on the Burrell goes up to, I think, like 54. But you basically would have to use warp crews to get out there, which is not a very efficient way of doing that. That's not something I'd really recommend. But you could technically get out there. Chris, thank you. I appreciate the kind words. Really do. If you mean on maxing your Vidar, what it gives you, you get access to Talios. Yeah, so I mean, if you have a max Vidar and then a level 35, once you've completed those two things, you'll get a mission that allows you to unlock the Talios. That's what you get, but you don't get like there's no gold star, sadly. I would love if there was a gold star. So, who doesn't want a gold star? I want a gold star, but sadly, we don't get a gold star. Parabellum has no G5 parts. This must change. Grant, if you're in G5, I assume you're also in the VIP area. Get to griping. Yeah, what Andy said. If you're looking for early ships to get you into deep space, the specialty ships are the answer. You've got the the Fisha that's got stupid warp range. The Franklin's got stupid warp range. The Amalgam's got stupid warp range. That's going to be your answer. So, how long should we camp at 26? How long is not a thing. It's completing milestones. Completing milestones. There's no such thing as camping at a spot for 6 months. You camp somewhere to hit milestones. And if it takes you 3 months and somebody else 6 months, that's all that matters. The goal is to hit milestones, not to be there a certain amount of time. That makes sense? Like, we're not trying to there's no magic. You're there 6 months and boom, you're ready. It's that adjusts all the time. Like when I did that, when I camped at 39, I was there for over a year. There's no reason in today's game, unless you want to be at 39 for over a year. There's not in today's game. Unless you're wanting to stay there, maybe to slow down the pace of everything, which is fine. But there's not a game reason to sit on that. right? So you then have to decide what are your milestones and stick to reaching those. That's the goal. Let me pull this. Come on, give me Hugh again. No Hugh. That's the first time I've ever pulled this chest and not gotten Hugh. That is the first time I've never gotten Hugh. Is there a video with level 26 milestones? I have an older video. I need to make newer videos. I have to go back and do a lot of that content. And the good and bad thing of this game is that it's constantly expanding and constantly changing. But I do have a ton of videos about camping and some of those milestones on my channel, yeah. Really, Saboteur? I've heard that from a couple people. That's the first time I've never gotten Hugh shards from an epic chest. That's the first time. Granted, it was still good rewards, but no Hugh. No Hugh. Let me come out here. We need to move to 45 since we got the pylons out. Release the heavy metal pirates. Hey, Hellscat, how you doing, man? How are you doing? You're envious? You wish you got Hugh shards every time? RNG, man. It's a good and bad thing, right? Sometimes RNG works in your favor as a player. Sometimes it works in not your favor. And there are definitely things that this game has not been generous to me. Generally speaking, officer pulls are terrible for me. I almost never get the officer pulls that I need. But like my full pull rate is lower than a lot of other players. But I've had really good success with our modded pulls. And for whatever reason, it just is what it is. Solo Dominion 41 with Enterprise D4 and Defiant. Should I use Cloak on my Enterprise? The Enterprise should never use Cloak because that's not canon and it makes Rev angry. But you probably don't need it. Exocomps are more important if you're needing to punch up a level than the Cloak is, but it does help. But realistically, you really want to focus on Exocomps. That's how you push up with that, and then the Cerritos and the Defiant boosting. So that's how you push up. I don't have Jelly or that Borg event today. Funny, not funny. Brandon, what do you mean? How do you not have the Parabellum event? Are you not level 39 plus? Yeah, boosting with Cerritos is huge. I'm a big Cerritos fan. It is a pain to sit there and upgrade something that you rarely use, because that is kind of what the Cerritos, like you only use it, at least I only use it for Armada boosting. But yeah, let me speed up a research real quick. Now, Brandon, did you just hit level 39 today? Like after the event reset? When did you hit it? And let's see, I need to do, speaking of research, I need to come in here and do more research with Cerritos, and that's damage. This is base damage versus Armada targets. This is against hostiles. Then we got reduces base damage taken from players, ships while supporter. That's PvP. Shield recycling still doesn't even work. Shield overcharge. I got these two maxed already. Let's do this one. All right, let me get back to here. Rev, what happens to existing alliances when there's a server merger? Do they dissolve automatically, or do alliances come over intact? Alliances come over intact in a server merger. You will not lose your alliance. You will not lose your alliance. So you'll be fine. Now, you do lose your territory. Territory gets completely wiped, but your alliances stay together. You don't have to worry about that. Oh, somebody hit that one. Let me go find another one real quick. There we go. I need to bring my Parabellum over and help clear out the heavies for people. What's up, Fabio? How you doing? Oh, let's I'm gonna go launch a 45 and see if anybody comes to a 45. That's a little bit juicier. You'd love to see a video about the effects of the community of a server merger? I've thought about it, but honestly, I don't see how that video would affect a lot of people. I mean, sure, there's some interested in that, but I'm not sure that would be like a very far-reaching video. It's something to do that it's the type of video that would probably run between arcs, but not in the middle of an arc when we're doing all the new content. So, will the premium recruit chest ever get updated? Don't have an answer for that. I mean, sure, we continue to ask for it, and hopefully at some point, yes, but I don't know if or when. Everything eventually gets updated. It's more of a question of how long does it take to get updated. But, and to give you an update on Incursions Metal, the word on the street from the Overlords is they now have a dedicated team trying to revamp Incursions, and it won't launch until it's actually revamped. And what all that means and what it looks like, I have no clue, boss man. I'm just passing along what they told me. But, yeah. There you go. Okay, Steve. Nice. Any word with the new refit for the Fisha? All I know is that it's going to be a paid option. I don't know when. I think it's... Let me check. Let's see. I'm going to open up the store real quick and see if it's in there. I'll be honest, because those skins have come out as... Or that bonus has come out as like a pay-only feature, I haven't paid a ton of attention to it. But let me go see if it's in my store right now. Scroll. And don't see it out yet. I can try to ask about it. I mean, I've had a lot of people ask about it. And if you're wanting to buy it, that's completely okay. I'm not against that at all. But I don't see it in the online store right now. So, but I can ask about it. Ping me on Discord and remind me. And that way I won't miss it. It's always easier to ask me on Discord, because during stream we get caught up with so many different questions. I don't want to forget something, but I inevitably will forget something we were doing. So, coming on St. Patrick's Day. Oh, Wolfwood, did it get announced? If it did, I missed that. So if it's coming on St. Patrick's Day, let my red beard Google that. St. Patrick's Day is... when? March 17th. So 2 days from now. And no DH. The idea is that the refit is going to help the Fisha be useful for mining regular lat as well. Which is what it should have done when it first came out. So there are benefits to it. And I'm not going to say people shouldn't get it. I just hate that it's only a pay option. And a lot of what it's doing is something that it should have done when it was invented. But I guess it's just me griping for the sake of griping. I don't know. I gripe sometimes. So why you get the Fisha for raw lat mining is beyond you. I mean, I don't know. Some people have multiple Fishas. The skin we're talking about, though, for those who are unaware, if you come into your skin, it is right, not the salvage one. It is right here, the Fisha Glass, which is kind of, it looks like it's part of the Borg series, but it's not. It's actually, like somebody said, St. Patrick's Day, not technically Borg, but increases Fisha's base mining rate of raw latinum by 200,000, so you can use it with raw latinum, and it's going to have a new refinery option that rewards Fisha parts and more latinum. So there you go. And that will be available this month to buy. Any advice skill level 43 Epic Borg Sphere solo? Max Augur, tier 4 Jelly, tier 3 Int / Talios. Well, just because you have all officers unlocked doesn't mean you have the right officers and the right tiers. Steve, have you watched my solo Armada video from the basic crew setups that I run? Have you checked that out? Is anybody down here? No, anybody coming to this one? People at 545. Re-ping everybody this real quick. You try to help people. All right. Camping at Ops 36, but only because I accidentally hit the upgrade button at 35. Scopely keeps moving the goalpost. I'm going to do things my way. That's how it should be. Don't let the game dictate your game. You dictate your gameplay and what you enjoy. Look, the game's always going to push you to level up, but there's no real advantage to hyper leveling. So, how are those 50 armadas your alliance rate? I mean, they're not hard. Keep in mind that my alliance is hecky strong, but they're not hard. All right, get that. Let's see what we got for the rest of our events today. X-Borg faction is preemptive strike, just spinning directives. I haven't launched any rares or anything. And some people have launched a lot. I could technically do that, but I don't know. Dude, check this bucket. This is, oh, okay, this is Armadas. There we go. Nope, KBA, no word on alternative Mantis sourcing. All I can do is continue to push for it, but no update on that front. Incursions is still the plan. Good or bad, that's the plan. And it's a bad plan, but that's the plan. And I say it's a bad plan until we have proof that the plan has gotten better. Here. Come over this way. And I'm going to go hit some hostiles. Hopefully people showed up. Only 3 people. Oof. Oof. Oh, there went that one. Last time I tried to do something nice. I'm going to go here. Probably going to be too late, though. Enterprise didn't have a permanent cloaking device. Dev, dude, I promise I know more about Star Trek history than almost everybody in existence. And if you don't get out of me with that stupid argument that everybody else brings, one, the Enterprise decloaking device was not a standard cloaking. That was a phase cloaking tech. That was completely different than a regular cloaking device. The one the TOS Enterprise had was a 1-episode, one-off that they already explained. Federation doesn't have cloaking. I hate the Federation has cloaking in this game. At least one ship does, and I will never move off of that hill. And the Kelvin Enterprise never had cloak. So, anyone brought Gala? Nah. Most people don't even fool with Gala with the uncommons anymore. Every now and then they do. The Enterprise D cloaking device technically would have been better. Yeah. My Legionary is done scrapping. What should I do with the mats? Primes. Several primes that you can get at level 34 from scrapping. All those 4-star materials should go to primes, in my opinion. That's what I do with them. So. What's the deal with these new hostiles, the X-Borg? Is there a new ship coming or missions to go along with them? What's the deal? What do you mean, Jason? We've already got videos explaining that. We've got all these videos. Are you passionate with the Defiant cloaking? The Defiant cloaking makes canonical sense because it was a literal deal set up with the Romulan Star Empire. So it at least makes sense. It's something that they used throughout the series. Defiant was cloaking every episode. And it was a deal they set up with the Romulan Empire. So that one I have no problem with. Why is G4 Epic so useless? It's not. It's not. Why is Scopa not releasing Enterprise E? Because they've not done any movie content yet. They've not done any movie content yet. So, John says, on the other hand, as independents, of course, we're going to steal the best tech. Hey, there's you an argument. You know my counter to that argument? If we're really going to talk about that in terms of Star Trek, you think the Federation is going to allow you to be stealing Constitution-class ships? Oh, man. You think they're going to let you do that? So, I mean, this is still a video game at its core. So you're allowed to like or dislike something, and it doesn't matter. Right? Just because I don't like Federation cloaking doesn't mean somebody else shouldn't. I just don't. No, they've not done any movie content, Brandon. They've not done any movie content. Thank you for gifting out a sub. I appreciate that. All the Kelvin movie is content. That's not what I'm talking about, and you know it, Brandon. You know dang well that's not what I'm talking about. Meme, congratulations. You now have a gifted sub. We have a relationship. I'm a consort. Nice. Yeah, I am respected. Yeah, I'm respected with the Federation and glorified with Romulans. Admiral Kirk and Captain Spock movie content. I mean, technically Gorkon's movie content, but what we're talking about is they haven't run any stories or arcs around the movies. They've yet to do that. Y'all know what we're saying. Y'all are just being butts to be butts. Stop acting like children. Y'all are not 5 years old at the school ground anymore. You know what we're talking about. They've not done any content. Nobody got me, Sean. They're just being a-holes. They know what we're talking about. Scoba didn't need another Kirk and Spock in the game. I have no problem with fleet commanders. I mean, they're kind of meh, but I have no problem with them. Is there less G3 uncommon payouts at 40 plus? Yes, it does go down. So I have 50 or 120 on Hugh shards. Should I get this treasury or wait for next month when I plan to go 44 and get it then? That's up to you. I mean, if you want Hugh, this is a good month. This is a good month. So let's see. Somebody, are we still there? Oh, I'm not going to make it in time. Dang. Look at these big, pretty ships. I want that. I want that. I want to do that. Here, I will launch this one. There. Boom. All right, who didn't come to this armada now? Why are we blowing up on armadas? What is going on? Where is everybody? I'll stop sending ships just to blow up. Go do this. Never enough overnight. Facts. Do you know how many parts this arc is? They've not announced that. No, it is multi-parts, and we'll just have to wait and see. A Katinga ran strike team? Oh boy, I didn't even pay attention to that. Early. Curly. Like herding cats around here sometimes. I'm not in leadership, thankfully, so I don't have to deal with all that. They do have a Wrath of Khan art, then they need to have a for hate's sake I stab at the event. They've done much better when it comes to stories and everything. I think they've done much better. I think they've done much better. He didn't realize he had that on there. So big oopsies. I was wondering why we lost so bad. No movie content except Fleet Commanders. Yeah, we need it. And look, and this is one of the things I've been pushing for is the game needs to explore that content. For sure. Game needs to explore. This game doesn't care about the canon. If it did, the feds couldn't hit minors, so they're the good guys. PvP want to be in the neutral zone or designated PvP zones. Well, Kev, remember, you're not part of the Federation. You're independent. So, as Star Trek as a whole has shown us, the galaxy is a dangerous place. There's a lot of war going on in the galaxy. So, would you play a Star Wars version of this game? There already kind of is, sort of, and I have played it. So, had you acquired 20,000 worth of rare directives, between buying them and then also 4+ years of barely ever running them, that would be how. I'll be honest, I usually run uncommons and then I mooch rares and epics off my alliance, but every now and then I'll run them. I'm really bad about hoarding crap, y'all. And every time there's like an Armada turn in, I do it to get more rare directives, and my Cosmic Cleanup Saturdays goes into rare directives, and so. Yeah. Go hit this. Hoarding pays off. It does, Sean. I mean, because I'm not out here buying Galactic Armada packs willy-nilly, but I have bought a Galactic Armada pack before, and they are one of the better value packs in the game. So, is it possibly really bad at hoarding anything, given that Scopely has taught us that we have to? I don't think it's bad, but I also think that there are things that in this game that I'm a little bit behind on that I camp too much. We talk about camping and if it's viable. I do think camping is a very viable strat in today's game. At the same time, there is a case to be made for doing that too much, right? And I think I do that sometimes. So Altia is tier 6 now. Should I stop or go to tier 7? I'd say go to tier 7. Shout out to Sleepy Sheep. That way you can get that officer slot. So get that other officer slot. Let's do Rogue. Claim my Swindler stash. Turn my directives in. Heads up, there's a second Cerritos event. Kill exchange while boosted. Second. Yeah, Jason, that's been here since the game came out. What are you talking about? That's not new. That's not new, my friend. Think you need a camping strategy that's capability based rather than ship level based? That's the same thing. It's the same thing. Let me come over here. Ooh. Oh, I must have just turned that in. Dang it. Dang it. All right. Poor Curly. Poor Curly. We need more opportunities to get the TOS crew, not just when cast up and dies IRL. I mean, sure. Now, they are in the, and I say this for people to know, they are in the horrible, very much I dislike Ultra Chest. So they technically exist. Your TOS Kirks in there and everything. It's just, there's so many options in here. It's hard to get what you actually need or want. And then the premium chest obviously has not been updated in what, 3 years? It's been a long time. You don't even have the anti-Trinity officers in here. It's definitely needs an update. And then you have TOS Kirk and TOS Spock in transporter patterns. Yes. However, I do want to point out there that there's some really important TOS officers missing from that. I'm level 35 and just got enough shards for Cerritos. Is it worth increasing level for the ship? I would not. I'd say do it as part of your normal progression. I wouldn't go to 36 just for the Cerritos, but if you're ready for a lot of the other stuff, then sure. But I wouldn't go just for the Cerritos. I feel like 5, 6, 10 were added to premium when they added the elite, and that was the last update. Maybe. But there are a lot of rares officers that are still not there. So keep pulling some officers because I need more. I need to get my that's another thing is I haven't upgraded officers as fast as I could because I saved it for events, but now I need to pull them. So how many transporter patterns am I sitting on? Because 6 of 11 needs to go to the next tier. So 96,000 and I need 230,000 to get him to the next tier. I don't have Tau, Lord Asp. I wasn't going to spend $50 for Tau. I wasn't going to do it. And did we get it? Yay, we won, but I went boom. So it was an expensive investment, but it worked. Can I get back here in time? Or do I need a Cerritos Doritos taco? Says I can make it in time, so we'll see. You watch the 911 shows? No. I have no idea what that is. All right, we won this time. Come over here. Let me check my credits. And I need to actually start working on getting rare cores now. So anybody that's out there that's done that knows how much of a pain it is. I need to start doing rare cores. I hate it, but I need those rare tactical cores. I could use the Romulan credits though, so I'm happy about that. But and 5 directives there. And then come over here and get 4. But you gotta do the cores. I got 10 that time. And then get this. Pull these all the time. And then you go pull some more shields as well. And then come do this. All these. Should have done the big one, but oh well. Oh wow, the Alliance, we're at 10 billion now? Good Lord. What's just out of curiosity, if y'all are watching, what's the strongest alliance we have here in terms of power? 10.5 is what IA is at. What's the strongest alliance we have in terms of power? I'm curious. Where's everybody? Now, if you got a really small alliance, don't worry about answering. Anybody else got a real strong alliance out there? I can now go to level 40. Woohoo! I really should do that. Helps with the damage and everything. .6, 3.6, 10.9. Nice, Tenacious. Another big one. Another big one. I'll go start our level 40 ACC. We have Orca at 6.5. Nice. Nice. So the 10.9 sounds like the biggest so far. We're at 10.5 with 5 slots. And we've also got, what, 20 alliances, 21 alliances that are 1 build or stronger. So, server 20 is still a very active server. Very active. Even though it's a launch server, it's super active. Let me open up these chests, see what we get in these goodies. Give me the goodies! What do we get? Need that? Need that. Ooh, yummy. Yummy, 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 yummy. I need all these things. It's yummy. All right, we'll come back out real quick and we'll go back over here. Store. And just because I need more uncommons and epic directives, we're going to do a big pull of the 3-star. And what are you going to give me? I'll take the epic directives. Thank you very much. Don't care about the ship BPs, but I got some uncommons. So. I didn't know you can have more than 100 in alliance to see your alliance can have 101. Well, Kevin, we're level 52. Be the big boys. Level 52. Come on, give me faction credits. Please, faction credits. Yes. Definitely useful. Don't care about the ISS jelly stuff, but... And then this is terrible, but if we do enough epics today, I will pull it. I will pull it. Here. And looks like I didn't make it in time. Oh well. What's the cap? The current alliance cap? Let's see, because it used to be 50 and they lifted it. Looks like 60 is the current cap. And I don't think there's a level 60 alliance out there. I'm not aware of a level 60 alliance anywhere, but the cap is 60. In fact, 52 is the highest I know of. But I'm sure there is another one out there. All right, let's see. I'll launch another for the boys. At what point should players start opening 7 and 30 days? So Queen, the 30 days, a lot of people will save for various level ranges, but the 7 days you always turn in. Like continually turn in the 7 days. There's no point in really hoarding those. For the 30 days, some people save them for like level 23, which you've passed to make sure that they're getting the Devore. Some people save them in higher into the 30s because the rewards scale up as you level up. Honestly, I don't think you really need to do 30-day chests until well into the 30s, and that's when the materials are more valuable. But why don't you have a treasure event? I've heard that this is an issue for some players. I've got it. If you don't have it, I'd say put in a ticket. I got asked about this yesterday by Eco, and I can try to follow up with that. 6 months of 30-day turn-ins when I go 50 plus. That's definitely useful, Brandon. And I was talking to DJ yesterday. He's doing the same thing. I think he's got around that saved up just so that you get a quick infusion. It's not going to be a lot, but anything that you can get to help, you know, jumpstart your 5-stars is good. Be prepared to get your flank kicked. Okay, Mark. Cool. So, when is Prodigy coming? I don't know, but Prodigy's a great show if anybody hasn't watched it. Get Paramount Plus, watch all the things. There's several good shows on Paramount Plus, but Prodigy's a really good show. Hugh is Hugh? Hugh is Hugh. Who are you? Who are you? We do Impulsive. There we go. Survivor. And then let's get Nero out here. There we go. I'll probably have 3 months worth when I go 51. I'll lust after the broken to ceiling rods. And that's fine. Remember, though, you don't lose the broken to ceiling rods if you're hoarding those. I mean, you're still going to get them. So. Prime weapon damage worth it? I mean, to me, it's not. Like, I wouldn't spend money on that. But that's just me personally. I don't think it provides a big enough impact. Hell, you got a new building over here called the Mess Hall that... Look at the attack bonus. Weapon bonus at level 34 is 100%. Come all the way down to level 70, 383%. Prime repair is more valuable than prime damage to me. So, you want to see the shifts from Prodigy, so not so much the characters? I like both. I like both, but I mean, that's completely fair opinion. There's nothing wrong with that. I like both, though. I would like both. We had a case someone lost the rods. He changed 3 rods on the same time. How? How'd that happen? I've not heard of that problem before. What do I need to do? I feel like there's something I'm forgetting. Oh, there it is. Exchange. Message. I knew I kept clicking on here for a reason. I need to do my messages. Need as many faction credits as I can get. That's... I'm glad I thought about that. That is a must-do. Yeah, don't turn in your deceiling rods unless you plan on using them, by the way. They do not roll over. Like, if you redeem a deceiling rod, you've got to use it on this treasury. They do not roll over. So be careful if you're doing that, or you will burn yourself. And then you'll come to Rev. Rev, I didn't get my treasury. Well, I mean, you did yourself. So you got to be careful. Make sure you're paying attention. Make sure you're paying attention. Speaking of primes, I want to show you all the, it was made as a joke, but I want to show you the merch store. If you do want to support the channel, exclamation point merch is a great way to do it. We did as a joke, and I think it's hilarious. I did make a Prime t-shirt. I don't realistically expect you to buy it, but for $99.99, you get plus 100% charisma efficiency to pick up the Rev Deuce Prime t-shirt. So that's dope. But if you want a normal human price t-shirt, we got one with wife design. We got the Saladin based hunting for O pizza. We got several different Star Trek themed ones. We've also got hats because Rev is obsessed. We got beanies, and yeah, I call it a beanie. Get over it. And also, probably the most popular stuff, we got several different mugs, OPCs, Shield or Share. Even have a little candle there. So if you don't support the channel, but actually get something for supporting the channel, hit up right here, and you get a personalized thank you from me and my family when you buy. And hopefully there's people in chat who've gotten their personalized thank yous. I love sending those out. And if you have, I talked to the Fourth Wall team, the people who run my merch store, and I can't save those videos I send. So yeah, I got a whale t-shirt on there, Tony. Let's see if any whales bite on the Prime t-shirt. Thank you, Queen, for liking the video. I appreciate that. Was a good level for the Hydra to go, Adam? Level 44, no plans to go higher. I think that's fine where you're at, Roku. I mean, for me, I'm trying to kind of like free-to-play grind them because I didn't want to spend the faction credits on them. And I am nowhere close. I am 28 out of 150 on the Hydra, 2 out of 150 on the Bakchor, and 6 out of 150 on the Vortivore. I just don't want to spend the faction credits on them. They're just, my 3-star miners do everything I need to do. Everything I need to do. So, with officer level mattering now, any chance we can get Darwin and Hadley in the standard recruit chest? Probably not, if we're just being honest, Jesus, but we can ask. Probably not, though. They've had that locked behind a paywall for some weird reason. But I mean, anything's possible. Anything is possible. All right, is my pylon going to blow up or does it survive this time? It did! Woohoo! We can go do the epic now. Yay! This is going to be an expensive day, y'all. I need more titanium. We need some titanium events. I can't keep up this pace. This is expensive. You make bigger mugs? Those are just coffee starter set. So which one? Because one of the mugs has a 15-ounce version. The OPC is OPC mug has it's only white though. It only comes in white, but I could make different graphics on it. But the OPC is OPC mug does have a 15-ounce option versus the standard 11-ounce. But I've only got this one design with that. If y'all want, I could do a bigger design for that. But I can also go take a look and see if there's other options. You must have really big hands. You have a tumbler? Yeah. Sure do. The tumbler is right here. Cooler. What you talking about, right? Right here. Boop. Collect these rewards, and I need titanium. All right, let's see. Hold on, I gotta make sure I'm in these armadas. All right, good. We are good. You drink a lot of coffee? Okay, Brandon. Oh, remind me after stream, okay? Remind me after stream. Yeah, the Cerritos event does have. You're right. Go back to our Cerritos event, and the elite that, well, Mariner Shards, and that's the SLB. This one, which I never typically do. But I might do just so I could get a trit. It'll take a while though. That's the one reason I hate it is the grind is so daggum long. I mean, that's so many kills. Let's see. Let's do some quick math. 325,000 divided by 6,500. That's 50 kills. That's 50 40s. That's probably not even from a loot standpoint, just from a time standpoint. I don't think that's worth my time. What's the deal with maintenance downtime this morning? No idea, Brigadier Jones. Haven't asked about it. Haven't asked. I didn't even realize that happened. So, 50 40s while everyone else is in the same system while boosting. Exactly, Simon. That's not worth it. That's too much work for too little reward. And I would rather save my Cerritos juice for running armadas. Yeah, it's just, that's not worth it to me personally. That doesn't mean it has no value. Just for me personally, not worth it. Not worth it. That was just for an Apex servers. Ah, I missed that, Garage McCabe. How do you get those extra Cerritos events? Oz 42 and have the Cerritos. So you get the standard Cerritos event when you get the Cerritos. And then if you have it tier 4 plus and then Ops 40 plus, or tier 5 and then Ops 40 plus, you get another set of events that unlock for you. And then there is another set of events once you max it out at tier 12. At tier 12. So all these that I have is because I have a tier 5 Cerritos on level 40 plus. And then there is, and I'll actually tell you if you click on this. I thought the leaderboard said it. Which one says it? Hold on. Is it this one? Yeah, reach tier 5 to unlock second contact, which is that one right there. And we've got this one's your standard one. And then this one, reach tier 12 to earn rare Culver particles in your future second contact elite. So, did you do a Camp at 49 video? I did, yes. I did. In fact, that came out, what, 3 weeks ago? Is the Boar Queen better than Khan for crit build up on armadas? Not at tier 1, she's not. But eventually, yes. Eventually, she is. I'm curious. Am I the smallest guy in this armada? Oh, wow. Anders brought his to Deridex. Deridex is there. That's a scary 60. Let's see. Can fit 7 and I'm in. Woohoo. Man, look at that. Woo. That's a big mamma jamma. Look at this. Wow. Tier 9, 845 million. Wow. Wow. That's a big one. And yeah, the level 50 ACC can fit more people. You think my pylon's big? Look at this thing. And it's beautiful though. That the Deradex is gorgeous. I think they did a great job with the Romulan ships and the Klingon ships. They look great. They don't look great on the map because they have these stupid blocky broken renders, but they're still beautiful ships. Murder's at 23. Oh wow, I'm 3 levels lower, not 2. And they're a tier higher. Not too much stronger than me. We're level 33 and have enough BPs to build the Int. Should I push to 35 or is there anything I should wait for? I mean, if you're wanting to do my camp strategy, I'd say go ahead and push 35. So, is the Vorcha in this game? It is, Damien. I don't have one visible right here, but the Vorcha is a Klingon 30 or Klingon level 60. Oh, here's one right here. Yeah. Here you go. This is the level 53 Klingon ship. Level 53 Klingon faction ship. And she's currently loaded up for PvP. Then you got the Enterprise D right here. There's Theory's Enterprise D, tier 8. So yeah, my goal is to get the Vorcha within the next year. This is my next goal. Like, this is the ship I want the most next. I'm really looking forward to this. Well, Kevin, it helps that when I'm in the #1 alliance, there's a lot of big ships to show off. You know, like over here, Anders also has this big old mamma jamma, Sanctus. Big Romulan rare. Also loaded out for PvP. Then, oh, the Rotaran. Yeah, Anders has, like, I think he has all 3 of the epics. Here's the Rotaran. Only tier 8, but... The Sanctimonious? There you go. So yeah, I've got a long way to go to be a big ship. Let's see what we got over here. Yeah, there's Theory's Rotaran. Sompek. Here's a Kornar. But we got ships all over the place. Lots of big ones over here. What's this one? Northcut. Northcut looks pretty cool. Northcut looks like a piece of the Prometheus. It's a singular piece of the Prometheus. But it looks pretty dope. Looks pretty dope. I like it. And no problem, Brigadier Jones. That's what I'm here for, to explain things. They need to sort those renders out. Yeah, I know, Virtual. I brought that up the day it came out, and they've still not fixed it. So it's like, it's all these ships are HFFA. If y'all don't remember what that means, it stands for Hot from Far Away. So, is the Centurion that much weaker than the Saladin and the Bortus? Nope. It is sure not, Sean. It is not. It is not, my friend. Do this, done. It is not. The Centurion is actually, like, when I do new accounts now, I do the Centurion before I do the Saladin. Like, I might not even do the Saladin, but I'm going to do the Centurion. Just because I'm using all that crystal to go into my Badar. So, when I redo a new account, I'm usually not doing it with the Saladin. Even though Saladin's a great PvP ship, it's become skippable for me. I know it's blasphemy for some people, but just being honest, start working on upgrading this. There we go. 2 more parts to tier 8. Let me go check my other Stella. Tier 5. Go, and then you are 1 part from tier 6. And I've got a ton of outlaw research I can now do again. So today was your first Parabellum. Hey, you got the gas and the Latinum. The Latinum is what I honestly love about Parabellum. At least that's what I loved the most at 39 when I was there. Hey, there's Hath with his Crozier. All right, boom goes the Parabellum, but honestly, it's worth it because I'm getting to do these really big 50s. Let's see, am I going to make it here in time? Yes. As long as I'm part of the run. So, let's see. Check our rewards here. I'm going to be bottom on the rewards. Oh, actually, I wasn't. I'm not bottom on the rewards tier. But that's still, I'll take it. I'll take it. And then let's see. Have we done our research? Do I have any research left in the Starbase tree, which improves those rewards? I have done all the rares and can't do the epics until the building's higher. So, yeah. Not until that's higher. I do need to do more of this research though. And this one I can't do until I'm hit level 52. But still a lot of research to jump into. Like this one. Some really good ones. I just don't really have the Latinum everything to speed up. I mean, some of these researches take so long. And I don't have a speed up. So if I might buy another pack this month of the Elite Monthly pack. But, yeah. Fun. How do you source a second Stella? So I got my second Stella through event stores. The first one you can get for free, and I got the second one from event stores. Do you need a max Vidar before you can get the Talios missions? Correct, Guru. You need to be level 35 and have a tier 9 Vidar. Need both of those. Level 35, and then a tier 9 Vidar. And once you've done that, then yeah, you will be gravy. Good to go. Be gravy and good to go. See here. Log in. Let's see. Oh man, I gotta send some thank yous out. See. Ooh, I can't wait to send some thank yous. I want to say, I don't want to put out your whole names in there, but Joseph, I want to say a thank you because Joseph actually just bought a hat from the merch store. And also shout out to Mike. Mike bought a t-shirt from the store. You'll be getting some personalized thank yous, both of you. So thank y'all for supporting the channel. I really do appreciate it. And we'll get the kids and we'll send those out today. So thank you. Yeah, so big thank you. We'll be sending those out when I get done with the stream. Because if the kids aren't sniffling too much, they've been a little sickly, but we'll see. Had my daughter helping me yesterday with some of them, and we'll do some more today. Let me pull up my app. It's really awesome. I can send them straight from my phone, so we sit there and record them together. But yeah, I'm excited. And shout out to server 15. Whew, thank y'all. Appreciate that. I cannot wait. I love sending out the thank yous. 1.4 million. Wardy, I'm not sure what you're referring to with that. And let's see what these messages are. Let's see, is anybody running the lower levels now? Oh, Epic's doing. Here, let's. Oh, gosh, I can't hit those. Is there anything I can hit? I can maybe kill the Valdor. See if I can get here in time. Manage. Give me just a second, y'all. Assign officers. Swap. Where is... Oh, why are you on ship C? Okay, I don't know why you're there, but you just ruined my plans. So we'll have to slow fly. Also, this music is too slow, so I gotta change the tunes. Give me just a second. All right, that's better. Did they say they changed Wei-Yun, or did you say they changed Wei-Yun in a video? They did, Romy. They changed both Wei-Yun and Ducat, made them slightly stronger. Just getting to level 22 with the North Star. What level would you advise to sit at? 25. 25 to work on the Vidar. 25. Oh, somebody went and got him. All fudge it wouldn't. Woo! Oh my goodness. Fort y'all putting in the work, son. Look at all those pew pew pews. Look at it. Yeah, or like it was draining me, man. And then we had PvP. You gotta pump it up. Gotta pump it up. Oh, it's like I wasn't in that one. Over here. So we've been at war for a long time, y'all. At war a long time. I have a Saru won't screw you. I know, Frankie. I wanted the full synergizations. I just don't know why he's on here. Like, what the heck are you doing here? Right? It doesn't make any dang sense. And let's go officers. One of the few times I use a hot swap and it made no dang sense. But I got the disco out now, so. M score of 110 now, and just tried solo 37 rares. Still need to take 2 tries. So what M score do you need to do solo 37s? Probably about 130, 140. But there's some other things that come into that as well, like other research. All right, Edward, let me take a look. I appreciate that. Have to actually open it up. How much power do you have at the 46 level? How much power do I have? 55 million. That's where I'm at. Obviously, it varies based on if anybody's like rushed or something like that. I think if I went full warships, I'm around 56 million. And I did, Edward, big thank you. Just got it on my Cash App. Thank you so much. And I'll actually reply with a heart. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for supporting me and the family. Let me put it up here on the screen so we can make the bar move a little bit. Appreciate you. Done. And big thank you. A big thank you. Got to prep for a work meeting. Thanks for the stream entertainment. See you tonight on Twitch. Yeah, we will be streaming tonight on Twitch. Do some more Star Trek Leaky Man craziness if y'all want to come jump on the Twitch tonight. There you go. I'll drop the link. Would the divorce stop you from going to 30? Honestly, for me, no. But keep in mind that for me personally, the divorce doesn't have a ton of value. Like, I'm not a huge divorce lover or user. I'm not a huge divorce fan. So, Island went boom, but did we win? We did. That's all I care about. It's 100 million, but goodness, nobody brought one of the level 60 ships, so that hurt. But I don't really care because I just needed the loot. That's an expensive hit. Woo! But it was good. Which X-Borg research you pushing first? Let me show you what research I've done so far. X-Borg. So I've done 3 of the sweeps. I've not done the Federation sweep. Then I've done 2 of the component boost. This was very important to me. 2 of the ISO research. And I will do component boost again, but I got to do resource research up. So these early ones is what I've focused on. Instead of going to like the enhanced warp speed or anything like that. I haven't pushed this track. But there are some good things down here, like your shield piercing, enhanced protection, which is more mitigation stats, shield. There's more hull health down there, more damage. But I need more Borg rep anyway, so I haven't been really focusing on this bottom tree. But getting the component one up as much as possible has been a big one for me. Obviously, since I'm updating the Parabellum, I'm going to update other ships. And then also this one is super useful. So this has been my focus. This is where I'm at. It was pricey, Tony. It was. Export research. This is probably my favorite research tree in the game now. But yeah, it's probably my favorite research tree in the game. I really do love this research tree. Let me I'll launch this 45. And I do have cloaking on the Defiant, but I'm gonna put it in the corner right now. We'll put it in the corner. And a 4-star uncommon ships to be skipped and go straight to the rares. You can, Dondo. I don't recommend it because I'm really big on players getting Solar Armadas as part of something you're doing regularly. I think they're just so valuable. And even having a low tier 4-star uncommon is going to really help out with that. So I wouldn't skip them, but you could. Like if you wanted to, you legitimately could do that. It wouldn't destroy your account or anything. Let's go do our refinery. Click. I need to go mine some gas. I'm almost out of gas. Yep. Gotta go mine some gas. Go for the component after sweeps. Sweeps is what I recommend first for the export research, and then the component stuff. Thinking you want to push on the directive spin SLB? Honestly, don't know, Meme. I'm thinking about it. I've got the directives to do it, but I haven't decided. I do need to pull the ship parts refinery every day. I've been forgetting about it a couple times, but this is super important. Can the 4-star uncommons be skipped? I would not do it, but there are those who have done it, so it can be done for sure. And the Defy and the Talios make it probably a little bit easier. It depends on how much you're willing to invest into the Solar Armada grind. But because I believe that's so important to today's gameplay, I would definitely recommend sticking with Solar Armadas and going for that. And I need to go do Amalgam today. Go pull this. Oh, 10 Tandy shards. Heck yeah. Finally a decent pull there. I haven't got one of those that's been nice in a while. Also need to do the new swarm research to increase the biotics payouts. Already did Boar. I don't have any Latin to do. Mantis. I need to go grind Mantis and Command Center. Happy Wednesday to you as well, Tiberius. That was a nice tempo. How do you feel about 200% extra weapon damage for a prime? It's not that much, Draco. It's more if you're a lower level player. Like if you were to have that at level 35, it'd be pretty significant. But at your level, it's not really any good. Research biominerals, not biotics. Ah, yeah, there's a prime for the biominerals. There's a prime for the biotics. I forgot. Yeah, a prime for the biotics. Who? Oh, never mind then. Yeah, it's let's see, where is it at? Where is it at? Must not be in here. Where is it at? I'm not looking for crap. Yeah, this is not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the prime. Is it in the galaxy? Oh, prime. I was looking over it. Oh, right here. Yeah, bam. This is what I wish I had. This actually is decent. Prime Swarm Refinery. Increase the amount of partial titanium to lithium received in the refinery by 500%. That prime is a semi-decent prime. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of in my head, and I incorrectly gave credit to the biotics, but the research improves these to try to make them semi-good. So yeah, that's another decent prime out there. You know, if you're willing to spend money, that's a decent prime to increase the amount of resources you're getting. All right, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up. I want to go eat some lunch. I gotta send some thank yous out for those. There's 2 people who bought merch. If y'all want to get a personalized thank you and some sweet merch, well, hit up the link. I'm gonna wrap up. Be live again tonight on Twitch. Thank you for the 3 people who've donated. Thank you for the hundreds of people who've watched. Thank you for liking the video. Hit the thumbs up button, and I will catch y'all on the next Star Trek Fleet Command stuff. And if you have more questions or need more help, hit me up on Discord. More than happy to answer y'all. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Live long and prosper. Stay safe for the Space Cowboys. Deuces. That's me. Catch you on the next Star Trek Fleet Command content, which is tonight on Twitch. And I'm out.
An even better outro than the intro. For the Empire and glory to your